Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a bit. I got married and then I went on a honeymoon and then chaos ensues afterwards, so here we are. I kind of ended up taking the month of August off without really trying to because it didn't feel like much of a vacation, but I just was busy the entire month. And so by the end of the month I was like, you know what? We're just planning for September, so I'm actually recording this in August. You'll see it soonish. I think it'll be end of August by the time you see this. But yeah, we're just gonna pretend this month didn't really happen because it didn't. The videos you saw were like really recorded in advance and uploaded, and yeah, so that's why you saw some stuff this month pretty much. Because like seriously, I tried, but weddings, like right before you get really busy, getting married, that's a big day. And then honeymoon, I was sick the whole time, which was like, eh. And then again, chaos afterwards. So nonetheless, here we are, back to the regular scheduled content. So today we are going to be talking about the books that I'm going to be talking about theoretically. I say theoretically, sometimes things happen and I get a new book and I'm like, oh shiny pretty. But for the most part, this is what I'm planning on reading for the month of September. So this first one is technically, it'll be a little early, but the review will be coming up soon, so I wanted to post it in this video because you will be seeing this before the other one. So we're going to talk about this book. It'll technically be the last day of August, but this is The Waters and Fires of Avalon, Magical Rites from a Glastonbury Pilgrimage by Christopher Penczak and the Temple of Witchcraft Community. So this is a small book, but it was easy to read right before the wedding. I still haven't gotten around to recording the review for it, so you'll be seeing that like sometime probably the week you see this. But yeah, we're just gonna toss that in. It's gonna go up on like the 31st, so I was like, we'll just include this one. Next, we have officially moved on to the real ones for September, and I have not read them. We are starting off with a Scott Cunningham book. This is Spellcrafts, Creating Magical Objects. I guess it's technically Scott Cunningham and David Harrington, but yeah, so a little bit bigger of a book. Still not too bad. I'm interested to see what this is going to hold. Next, we have got a book that I have been meaning to read for years, and it is this one. So this is Norse Magic by Neil Gaiman, and I have tried to read this a few times. It's like kind of a witchy book, kind of not, but I feel like he's gonna tell the stories in a much more digestible way than the transcribed editions that a lot of people talk about. I have those books. One day we'll read through them, but I feel like I need like a easy to understand the myths variation because the Vikings and the Norse and all of that, they tend to really focus on the two major old texts that we have left. And while that is awesome, it's not easy to read. Translated through many generations, it's a little rough to read, and it's oh my. So I feel like he's a great, hopefully, a great welcome to the world of this mythology, but in a tangible way that's not, oh my god. So we got this one. Then we are doing another Scott Cunningham book. This I have read before. It's been several years, so I figure we're just gonna do some rereads as well, because I do want to read all of the witchy books I currently own at some point. And I'm trying to do low buy right now, so we're working through the ones I have mostly. There's only a handful I'm allowing myself to buy at the time. So, anywho, this one, we're gonna reread it. I don't even think I talked about it on the channel for those who've been watching for years. But this is Cunningham's Book of Shadows, and it is basically a collection of different stuff from him. And again, it's been years. I think I read this in 2015-ish, I think. Something like that. So it's been a minute. But I'm excited to go read through this. It's got these little thingies of what he actually wrote and different notes and stuff, and I just loved it. So we're gonna talk about it soon. Then we have a little one, but it's actually not. It's weird. So it's the little books that we have occasionally here. And this is A Year and a Day of Everyday Witchcraft, 366 Ways to Witchify Your Life by Deborah Blake. I saw this on Amazon as a recommended, and I was like, you know what, let's just try it. So I'm gonna read through this, and I don't know that I would ever do these, just flipping through I don't know, like June 13th is Gerald Gardner Day. And I'm like, I don't know that I care. I was grabbing out of the Cunningham section, so apparently it's a Scott Cunningham month. But we had this one too. I didn't plan it that way. I was just looking at this shelf right here, over here. This is the section I haven't read yet. I also have a shelf up there and up there, but those were harder to reach. So I grabbed from here. And at one point they were alphabetized, so that's why we have a lot from Cunningham right now. But anyways, this is Cunningham's Magical Sampler, Collected Writings and Spells from the renowned Wiccan author. Foreword by Raymond Buckland. And again, I've read this before. I read this, again, I think in 2015. I do believe I read this on a, there we go, when I went to Disney World. Yeah, I went to Disney World for the first time, and I got this. That's how I use bookmarks. So I read it there, and yeah, I usually try and leave my random bookmarks so that I know when I read it. So anywho, we're gonna read this one. Now I've talked about this next one a lot in the Runes series, but I haven't actually read it cover to cover, so we're gonna do that. And this is the Practical Guide to the Runes by Lisa Pascal, or however you say her name. Their uses in divination and magic. So this is a little book. Again, it's the smaller size of a book, but honestly, like, it had a lot of information on the runes themselves, but it does have other stuff in here that I didn't read before. And then lastly, we are going to be reading through Year of the Witch, Connecting with Nature's Seasons Through Intuitive Magic by Temperance, Alden. So, got this one. Initially, I had planned out all of the books that I was going to read in the year and marked out dates to read them by. Needless to say, that didn't really happen. I have read this before, and I feel like I judged it really harshly, so I want to give it another go, because I bought this book thinking it was Year of the Witch, meaning like a Wheel of the Year book, and it uberly was not that. And I was like, oh, through like connecting with nature seasons through intuitive magic, like how to make a Wheel of the Year work for you. That's what I thought this was. It's not. I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, because it has been several eons ago I read this. I feel like this was more of a Wicca 101 kind of a book, but honestly I don't remember. But yeah, this is the other one we're going to be reading in the month of September. So anyways, that is going to be it. I just wanted to, I feel like I want to start doing this so you kind of have an idea of like what books we're going to start talking about. And that way I can also kind of hold myself accountable to be like, these are the ones we're going to read and not skimp out and like choose the easiest books possible to get through. So anyways, now that's it. We got a collection of books to read, and so I would love to hear what you guys are reading in the month of September, witchy or otherwise. And of course, do make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be posting every single day starting back in September. I do have a Patreon. That's where I'll be talking a lot about the wedding stuff and the details of everything that happened and pros and cons and all of the chaos that ensued, and doing our own little witchy thing afterwards and all of that jazz. So if you want to check that out, it'll be over on my Patreon. I'm trying to get better about talking about what's going to be over there, because I've noticed channels that do that. Like for myself, I'm always like, now I want to go subscribe. So that way you know what's getting posted if you got to the end of this video anyways. So, because honestly, my views, it's like, we start off strong and then like barely anyone watches till the end. So anyways, if you want to support me on Patreon, we have stuff going on over there. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and blessed be.